You're listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, episode 51, The Importance of Exercise and Stretching in Menopause. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Well, hello there. I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous week. I wanted to start with a couple of thank yous and a lot of gratitude for everyone who has bought my new book, From Invisible to Invincible, The Natural Menopause Revolution, and for all of those who have left me some beautiful feedback. So Monique Richards from the US says, 5 stars, concise book packed with information. In this book, author Jennifer Harrington goes above and beyond providing information about menopause. Her focus on environmental concerns, nutrition and exercise and their effect on our bodies is eye-opening. Menopause is not just about our hormones. The way we live, eat, play, rest, think about this time in our female lives has a big part to do with how we choose to deal with the changes. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing this information. And Toby from Australia says, I'm incredibly thankful, 5 stars again, for the insights and help provided in this book. It was a great read, and I can't wait to start my natural way to a better experience. I'd highly recommend to any woman, regardless of the stage of life, as there is an abundance of information and advice to prepare for this time when it comes. And finally, I can't believe it, but from all the way over in Hawaii, I had a book review on the Menopause Goddess blog. So if you guys have not been to the Menopause Goddess blog before, go and check it out. It's just menopausegoddessblog.com. And what Lynette said about my book is that Jennifer Harrington has written what I consider to be the most helpful, needed resource for perimenopausal and menopausal women. The title says it all, From Invisible to Invincible. The subtitle is accurate, The Natural Menopause Revolution. Jennifer, a naturopathic physician, details menopause symptoms and causes in a clear, straightforward language with a touch of humour. Most important, she outlines helpful remedies and strategies for not only surviving the change, but learning to thrive and become the wise woman we are meant to be. Now, I won't read you her entire review, so instead I'll leave you the notes in the show notes today, and if you'd like to read it, you can jump over and have a look. In the meantime, if you haven't purchased yet, where have you been? But you can grab it from Amazon as well as from my website. But today we are going to talk about exercise, and it is something that we have touched on a little bit in the past. There was an episode early on about fitness after 40, and that was with Kim Barnes-Jefferson. So please feel free to go back and listen to this. But really, when we're thinking about exercise, there is just so many benefits, and it's one thing that we have been able to do during COVID-19. What I have loved about COVID-19 actually is looking outside and seeing so many more people out exercising. You go past parks and beaches and everyone is out there moving, which has been fantastic, but we need to keep you moving as we get back into normal day-to-day life. So I'm going to inspire you with some benefits of exercise that will hopefully see you want to continue down that path, and hopefully you are feeling the benefits. So it is one of the best stress management tools. It helps balance out mood. It's good at reducing depression and lifting moods in general. It helps to regulate blood sugar levels, And the more muscle mass you have, the more insulin receptors you have on your muscles, which means that your body can regulate sugars better. It can improve your physical appearance by helping you lose weight and tone up. But I need to say here, guys, you can't out-exercise a poor diet. That abs really start in the kitchen and that it's 80% diet and 20% exercise. But keep that 20% in there because it definitely can help. It also helps to maintain bone mass and can help remineralize existing bone, strengthen cartilage, ligaments, and muscles. Exercise produces BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which improves your cognitive function. BDNF has actually been shown to grow new brain cells. Yes, it is possible to grow new brain cells. And just as an interesting side note, blueberries and chiropractic treatments have also been found to increase BDNF. So hopefully you're getting your regular adjustments and eating lots and lots of yummy organic blueberries. And I have a little secret. I prefer my organic blueberries frozen. I have them as a little bit of a treat. So I don't care whether you eat them fresh or frozen, just eat them. Exercise also improves your cardiac health by strengthening the muscles of your heart, improving the elasticity of blood vessels, increasing heart rate and blood flow. It helps with better long-term energy production and increases oxygenation of all of your tissues. Your lungs get a really good workout too, and this allows more oxygen into your body. Exercise reduces your risk of developing cancer. Cancer hates lactic acid, so make sure you get a really good workout, the kind that you can feel the next day. Exercise can improve, or actually it can help delay the appearance of aging skin. Thought that might get your attention. Are you guys moving? Exercise can help improve your quality and quantity of sleep. Now, with this, morning exercise is actually better because sometimes if you exercise too late at night, you may find that your adrenaline levels are still raised post-exercise and you may struggle to get to sleep. Well, it really depends on the kind of exercise. Like if you're doing aerobic exercise that gets your heart pumping, then yes, you are better to do that in the morning. But if it's a more stretching or relaxing style of exercise, this actually improves your sleep. And it's something that I'm going to talk about at the very end. Exercise reduces your perception of pain and increases your pain tolerance. That's pretty cool. And finally, it can increase your sex drive. So just moving on from our conversation on libido last week. Now, what I really wanted to touch on today was stretching. So a lot of my patients, when I'm talking to them about exercise, there are 3 factors that I want to see. I want to see that they are regularly doing cardiac exercise. And most people have this nailed. They're walking, maybe they're jogging, maybe they're cycling, maybe they're swimming. I also want to see that there is a resistance or a weight or a strength component. So whether they're doing push-ups, whether they're using hand weights, dumbbells, kettlebells, the kind of muscle training exercise. But the final factor that I want to see is a stretching component. And in preparation for today, I jumped on PubMed, which is one of my favorite sites to have a look at research. And I found a clinical trial specifically on stretching in menopause. And the trial was called The Effects of Stretching on Menopausal and Depressive Symptoms in Middle-Aged Women. Hello! Wonderful! So, let me have a conversation about this trial. So, what they found is that 10 minutes of exercise prior to going to bed, and this is just looking at 3 weeks, so it wasn't months or years, just 10 minutes of daily stretching before bed, and they found reduction in menopausal symptoms, They found a reduction in mood-related symptoms, especially depression, and they found an improvement in sleep. How easy is that? So you can do stretching on your own. Maybe you want to jump on a YouTube channel and have a look at some stretching exercises. If you see a chiropractor or an osteopath or even a physiotherapist, you can ask them for 10 minutes worth of stretching specifically for you. Maybe you need more upper back stretching or lower back stretching. And that would be the most specific way to go about it. Otherwise, look at things like yoga, Pilates. I really want to make sure that moving forward, you guys are flexible. If you can't touch your toes now, you're not going to be able to touch your toes in the future unless you start working at it. And it's not that touching your toes is all that important, but what I'm talking about is general flexibility. And the more flexible your body is, the more flexible your mind tends to be. And what I don't like seeing is the rigidity that can sometimes come with age. People getting stuck in their ways, stubborn, hard to deal with. That's not going to be us, ladies. No way, Jose. We are going to be open-minded, flexible, beautiful women to hang around with. So, homework for this week is to consider if you are stretching. And if you're going to a yoga class once a week, great, tick that box, you've got that covered. Maybe you prefer to replicate what they did in this trial and just do 10 minutes before you go to sleep every night. Well, that's it from me this week. But before I run off, I wanted to remind you that if you were thinking of having a one-on-one consultation with me, I would love to get to know you, but B, we had a COVID-19 special, which was $100 off. So if you did want to get in at this price point, it finishes at the end of June. So you've only got a few days, weeks left to go. So get in there before the price goes up. Well, that's it from me. Wishing you a wonderful week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solution. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests of their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests.